With the launch of the Artemis II, 4 astronauts, including Canadian Jeremy Hansen, are on their way to an historic flyby of the moon.
And if all goes according to plan, on April 6th, these 4 brave souls will fly deeper into space than any human has gone before. Wow. And here, yeah, exactly. And here with more is CTV science and technology expert, Dan Riskin. Good to see you, Dan.
Oh, what a time we're having.
Yes.
Hey, we're in space.
We're in space.
We're in space.
This is like, I feel like this is like the Academy Awards of your world, right? This
What
is
are
like
even the Academy Awards?
I don't know.
Nothing compared to this. This is such
so exciting.
an amazing time, and it's just wonderful. What's happened that I've seen is that a lot of people who just did not have this on their radar have been swept up in this and said, oh, this is really cool. And we're feeling this pride. And when that thing took off and we knew there was a Canadian on board, and not just a Canadian, but this will be the first time that there's a mission to the moon that includes a woman.
Yeah.
The first time, hello. And a person of color. And so, like, those, you know, it was a very different world in the 60s and 70s when we last went to the moon. And so it's great to be going back and doing it right.
Okay, can I ask a question, though? What is the actual goal? Like, not to sound, what are they trying to accomplish with this?
There's sort of 2 ways to answer that. One is this is a test of all the systems. And so right now, as they go around the Earth in this crazy parabolic orbit, they're making sure that all the systems are working the way they're intended to work. And if all looks good, then tonight they're going to fire their thrusters and go off toward the moon. Go around the moon and come back. But really, it's about testing that equipment. The goal for the Artemis missions is to get back on the surface of the moon and build a base.
I see.
And to have a permanent presence there. So Apollo was, let's get to the moon, let's wave at the Soviets and say, ha-ha, and then we're done, and we walk away. This is not that. This is like the International Space Station, the way we put it in orbit and we keep it in orbit and we have people there all the time for 25 years. That's what they want to do on the moon. That's the ambition of this goal.
Okay, very cool. Now, we want to show a NASA animation, and it shows the trajectory of the Orion spacecraft. How close will they get to the actual moon, and what will they be doing when they actually get there?
Did you notice the way the moon was like just going by and they just happened to get there at the right moment? That's one of my favorite things about this, and that animation showed it perfectly, which is that when they push off tonight to go toward the moon, they're not pointing at the moon because the moon's moving. They have to point to where the moon's going to be.
That's so cool!
That's right, it is cool! Yeah, it is.
I love it.
It's amazing. And so they've done all the physics. So they're like, and it's just, but when they get there, they will get so close that the gravity of the moon will grab them and slingshot them back.
So they can turn off the gas.
There's no gas. After today, they fire the gas. They're just a free-falling ball in space. They're like an asteroid.
So like a couple kilometers away from the moon?
They're going to be, I think it's 7,000. I can't remember the exact number.
But in space terms, that's close.
It's close, but it's quite far. And so that sounds like it's not as exciting, but actually in some ways it's more exciting. They will be farther from the Earth than any human has ever been before. They will be so far from the moon, looking back at the moon with the Earth behind it. And the sun will be lighting up that backside of the moon, and that was not the case for the Apollo astronauts. Apollo missions were all done so that the sun would be on the front of the moon so they could pick landing spots with their eyes. And so this time we've got the sun lighting up part of the back of the moon. So their eyeballs are going to see a part of the moon that no human eyeball has ever seen before. And the mission has this, 20-minute window where they lose connection to ground control because there's a moon in the way, and they have some free time to just take pictures and soak it in.
That's incredible.
I'm glad they do, because that's what we need them to do. There are humans up there living this for us.
I don't know what's more exciting, like the mission or watching you talk about the mission. You're so charged up. I love it.
The mission is more exciting by far.
Yes, but watching you talk about the mission is equally exciting. All right,
awesome.
so let's take a look at Jeremy Hansen's final message before the launch.
It's 12:30 a.m. It's the day of launch, so it's time to go to bed. I get about 9 hours of rest before I need to get up and start getting ready to head to the launch pad. But Canada, I am thinking of you, and I am hoping that all of you see your greatness reflected in this journey around the moon. I'm just so proud of all of you.
Of you, Jeremy. So, Dan, break down, what is Canada's role in NASA's Artemis moon mission?
I have to stop crying from that little message first before I can answer. I mean, I feel so much emotion, right? And I think the emotional piece of this, Canada has earned that seat. We aren't just part of the Artemis mission. We've been part of what NASA has done. We built the little feet on the Apollo landers. When the Apollo landed on the moon, it was Canadian pieces that were touching the surface of the moon. So we have been there all the way through. We've built, the Canadarm Canadarm2, Canadarm3. We've had specialists. Capcom is a Canadian who's on, working at NASA, talking to the astronauts through their setup. So we've played a role all the way through, and for this one, it really is just Jeremy Hansen and his presence that is our big contribution.
All right, Jeremy.
Yeah,
no
kidding. And he has a great story, too, of just like, being a child and obsessed with all this. But anyway, more than 50 years ago, the crew of the Apollo 8 captured one of the most iconic photos in human history when they took this shot of the Earthrise as they orbited the moon. So, yeah, you were talking a little bit about this. Is this part of what the mission is hoping to see that the astronauts on see something different that these ones didn't?
I think it matters that a human is going to see it. We can build robots and send robots to the moon. We can send robots to Mars. We have robots on Mars, and it's cool. But it's different when it's a person. And I think this mission and the emotions that it came out of everybody last night during launch and that we're feeling today is a reminder why it matters that a human sees that view. And it gives you a chance to believe that, there's a future we're heading toward where everybody's getting along on this planet. The US and Canada are arm in arm working together.
Yeah.
There hasn't been enough of that, and this mission is a reminder of the great things that happen when we just get along.
Yeah, people put their minds together.
Yeah. And so I really do believe it's the emotional. We can get a very great picture with a satellite, but it's not the same. It's that a person sees that. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Dan,
love it.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for your enthusiasm. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you very much.